Alright, how do you know if she's the one to marry? Or how do you know if he's the one to marry? And I'm talking about that real shit. I'm not talking about these fake ass marriages where you have boyfriend and girlfriends getting married and then breaking up and getting divorced. Right? That's all that's happening. Marriages are failing because flat out people are marrying their boyfriends and their girlfriends. That's what it is. It's juvenile, and that's what's happening. Um, so instead of just having a boyfriend and girlfriend, people convince themselves that getting married is gonna change shit up. No, you guys didn't take that next step. But this is for those who really want to be in a relationship or a marriage, excuse me, that's gonna last and that's gonna be strong, right? That real shit where it's not you and me, it's just us. That shit that's unrealistic, I guess, you know what I mean, for a lot of people. Um, this is what I feel needs to happen. It's all about being able to verify who someone really is. When we were in college or when you were in high school, whoever you dated, you were able to do somewhat of a background check. I remember in high school, even if you talked or dated to a girl who didn't go to your high school, you could still do your background, especially if you went to a school that was in your district. You could still do a background on who she was or who he was. You guys know what I'm talking about. You can talk to his friends, you can talk to his exes and all that other shit, and find out what's really good. Same thing in college. That's why you had chicks who were always on that, oh, I'm done messing with the dudes at my school, blah, 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 blah. Because everybody knew what she was about, right? And you have the girl who was frustrated because she wanted to change up her image and, be about some different shit, but niggas couldn't see, past her past. Right? It happens all the time. Right? I know I've, made my mind not to talk to certain girls. Not because of who they were, but just because of their past. There wasn't enough time between who she is now and what she was doing shit a couple of months ago. Right? So we can't verify that shit. So, when you're out of that environment where you can't verify and you're just meeting somebody brand new for the first time, what are you going to do? Of course, if I meet a chick, and this happened before, she's going to tell me all these good qualities. She's going to tell me what she wants to, me to see her as humble, family-oriented, about her business, non-materialistic. She's going to tell me, everything that I want to hear. And I'm going to do the same to her, right? Oh, I'm humble, I work hard, and all that other stuff, right? I'm going to say that to her, too. That's just how it is. You're going to put your best foot forward. But that shit has to be verified, and that's the issue. And I'm coming from a guy's perspective, but what happens, and a lot of dudes get caught up, is because a woman sometimes will tell you what she wants you to take her as, right? And she'll put up a front and put on the charade, so hopefully, you'll take that next step, but that's just not verifiable. It's easy to put on a charade for a couple of months. It's easy to put on a charade for a year. It really is. If you think about it, I can do it. You can front. Really, you can. It is what it is. Oh, I'm in school. I'm trying to get my shit together. You know what I mean? You can twist that for about a year. You can. Oh, I'm about to come into some money, or I'm taking my life in that direction. You can bullshit that for a year. I've seen it happen. Right? But what happens? Especially, when we're 27 plus, what happens? We want to get married quick. We want that family. We want that shit instantly. So a lot of people get shacked up under that year, you know what I mean? And, they're in for some trouble. So this is what I feel like people should do. And I guess what a lot of black males should do is make her verify who she really is. Shit, if you have to, write it down. Write down all the things she says she is when you first meet her, right? Hang out, date her exclusively for a year or two, and see if she's still that person. See if see if you can go back to that list, and if she's still that person. And after 2 years, if she's still that person, nothing more, nothing less, I feel like get engaged to her, right? Get engaged to her for about a year and a half, right? So it's set in stone that you guys are going to get married. Well, I won't say set in stone, but it's pretty much a given that you guys are going to get married. And then see what she is then. shit, a month before you guys get married, look back at that list. Make sure that she's everything she says she was. Nothing more, nothing less. I mean, more is cool, but don't accept anything less. Right? Make sure she's still humble. Make sure she's still hardworking. Make sure she has all those things. Because in the end, you'll have about 3 to 4 years with somebody. In my eyes, it's hard to fake who you are for 3 to 4 years. That shit is nearly impossible. Seriously, it really is. You can't fake that. And I feel comfortable in verifying that. Shit, for me, it's an insult. I don't want a chick who feels like she wants to get married after a couple of months or even a year. That's an insult. Like, you don't know me that well. You really don't know me that well. Why the fuck would you want to get married to me that soon if you didn't have other motives? See where I'm going with that? Like, why would you? You gotta, you raise one eyebrow on that one. So in my opinion, that's what you should do. I mean, shit, of course nothing's guaranteed, but I think it's just hard to put up a front of who you are for 3 to 4 years. Right? You really can't. Because if they're fronting, they're going to get frustrated. And that's what you want to see. Are they going to get frustrated and change up? That's what you want to see. Of course, no one's perfect. People are going to slip. That's part of life. But I'm talking about some major shit. I'm talking about some major shit. That shit that's just blatant. I'm not talking about that nitpicky shit. I'm talking about that overtly blatant red flag, pink elephant in the room type shit. That's what, you should look out for. Right? Because, you can have a couple of slips. But that major shit, that's that red flag shit. A lot of women aren't dumb. They know what's up. A lot of them will put up that front. Because they want to hook you on that front. But if they're really serious about you, they'll stick around. Because it just takes them long to know. If you have a best friend, y'all didn't meet and become best friends. It probably took years. Like all my boys, and they're my brothers and not even my friends. It took years for us to get to where we are. Shit, now that I think about it, it took for us about maybe like 3 years before we really became tight, close brothers. Right? It just takes that long to get close with somebody. Shit, if you look at an NBA team, how long does it take for people to gel and come together? Years, right? Right? I'm a Laker fan and we're just coming into our own right now. And it's been, for us, it's been about 3 years since we got Andrew Bynum. And we got, Odom and all that shit for Shaq. So, I mean, that's just how I feel. Let me know, if I'm off base or I'm not thinking clearly. I understand that, no woman's going to wait around that long. That's probably not meant to be, if you think about it. It's not meant to be. So, and once again, this is just for that true marriage type shit. I'm not talking about that fake phony marriage. I'm talking about that real shit. That, yeah, we're 45 and we're still married type shit. Right? That's what I'm saying. So, if you're going to come at me correct, because that's what I'm talking about. So, alright, take it easy.